Hello everyone. Let us have a glance on new chapter of EVS 1, the interrelationship between the living things. A riddle to solve. An age-old tree with a thick strong trunk gives deep dark shade from the scorching sun. Like an old man beard with many strands, it has ropes for swinging from every branch. Which is this tree in the picture? First, let us have a glance on a new word. What is interrelationship? The way in which two or more things are connected with each other is called an interrelationship. Let us solve the riddle. Any guesses from the picture? Neem tree? No. Mango tree? No. Banyan tree? Of course, you are correct. It is a banyan tree. The needs of living things are met in their environment. We have many needs like food, water, air, clothes, and shelter. All these needs are met in our surrounding. In fact, food, water, air are the needs of all living things. They are fulfilled in the environment. But there are differences in the needs of each kind of living things. For example, the water that a mouse drinks in an entire day would not be enough for an elephant even at one time. Food, water, air, clothes, and shelter are all the basic needs of all human beings on the earth. And all these basic needs are satisfied or met from the surrounding. Means all the living things they get all the basic needs from the surrounding. In the same way, for example, the water that the needs of all living things are different. For example, the water that a mouse drinks, you'll know mouse is a very tiny animal. So whatever the water required in a day for a mouse may not be enough for an elephant. As we all have seen elephant, it is a very large animal. So it requires more amount of food and water. Think about it. Butterflies feed on the nectar of a flower. Can a frog do the same? A sheep eats the leaves of shrubs. Can a tiger do the same? A fish can breathe in water. But can a pigeon do that? Bulrushes grow in water. Can a lemon tree do so? For example, food of butterfly is nectar, means sweet juice of flowers. But food of a frog is different. It feeds on insects. So it proves that food for all animals is different. Some are herbivorous. Herbivorous means they feed on grass. And some are carnivorous. Carnivorous means they are flesh eating animals. So all animals have different food. Can you tell? If fish leave the water, will they able to live on land? Yeah, fish is an aquatic animal. It live in water, so it cannot live on land. So all animals have different habitat. Some animals live on land and some animals live in water. Let's take the example of the tiger. A tiger has strips. A tiger lies in wait for its prey among tall grasses. Its prey cannot see it in the grass because of the strips. There are animals like deer, nilgai, and the bison in grasslands. When the tiger is hungry, it can feed on them. For a tiger, there also needs to be a waterhole nearby, which never dries up even in the summer. There must also be dense vegetation, tall grasses or caves in hills or mountains in the area so that the tiger can find shelter. A tiger inhabits an area where all these things are available. Here we are having one question in the picture. Where does a tiger live? In the first bluish picture, we can see cave where which is the home of tiger. In the second picture nearby, we can see a small water pond. In the next picture, we can see tall grasses where the tiger hides himself. In the fourth picture, we can see a tiger chasing a deer, which is a prey or food of tiger. So, from all above picture, it is clear that tiger live in a jungle where all his needs are fulfilled. Can you tell from where do we get silk? How are trees useful for monkeys? How are trees useful for birds? What happens if termites make a tree hollow? Let us answer these questions. From where do we get silk? We get silk from the cocoons of the larvae of the mulberry silkworm. Silk is a thread. How are trees useful for monkeys? Trees provide shelter, food, and safety for monkeys. Monkeys are adapted to live mostly in trees because trees provides these resources which are necessary for their survival. How are trees useful for birds? Let us answer this question. Trees are a home for the birds. It provides shelter from rain and sun. Birds build nests on the trees. What happens if termites make a tree hollow? Here termite means ants. Answer: they weaken the trunk of the trees and make them hollow. That can cause heavy branches to break during storms and heavy rains. Such termite infected trees will eventually die. We keep animals in order to satisfy some of our needs. They become dear to us. We look after them well. We feed them. We take them to vet if they fall ill. These animals too return our affection. We keep dogs and some domestic animals as pets. We kids love some pet animals. We take care of them. We take them to the vet when they are not well. Your vet means hospital for animals. In return, animals also help us. For example, dog guards our house. Bullocks helps in farm work. We get meat, fish, flesh from animals. So animals are also useful to us. Here in this picture we can see some animals. Animals are our friends. We can see horse, we can see dog, we can see cat, so on. We love animals. Just as we need animals, we need plants too. Plants give us food grains, vegetables, and fruits. We love flowers too. We use them for many different purposes. We get flowers from plants. We also get cotton wool from plants to make cotton clothes. We grow plants that are useful to us. Methodically, we sow seeds. We make sure that they get water. We give manure when necessary. We spray pesticides if they are attacked by insects. Plants too give us abundantly. They satisfy our needs. As animals are useful to man, in the same way, plants are also useful. We get food, clothes, medicine, flowers, fruits, all from plants. And in return, we take care of them from time to time. We spray pesticides if they are attacked by the insect. We give them water from time to time. These plants are also helpful to human beings. Other living things also get their food from the environment. For example, chameleons eat insects when they are hungry. Some snakes eat mice and frogs. Tigers eat deer. Goats and sheep eat leaves of plants. Cattle eat grass. From all above examples, we can see that animals get their food from environment according to their need. For example, cattle eat grass. Here we are having a new term, arboreal. This word comes from the Latin word arbor, which means tree. Arboreal means living in trees. Animals like monkeys and squirrels live on trees. It gives them certain advantages. Advantages means usefulness. Being at a height, they are better able to defend themselves from their enemies. Besides, they can eat the fruits of the trees to satisfy their hunger. Such animals are said to be arboreal. Unknowingly, they help the tree with whose support they live. As they move around here and there in the surrounding, they spread the seeds of the fruit they have eaten through their droppings. Because of this, new trees grow in different places. So, the animals which live on trees are called arboreal animals. For example, monkeys and squirrels live on trees and they eat fruits and nuts growing on them. After eating fruits, they throw away seeds in the surrounding and help in dispersal of seeds. Dispersal means spreading of seeds. From these seeds, we can get new plants in the surrounding. We have three seasons: summer, the rainy season, and the winter. It is very hot in summer. We wear cotton clothes and drink plenty of water. In the rainy season, we use umbrellas or different kinds of raincoats and hoods to avoid getting wet in the rain. In winter, we wear woolen clothes and other warm clothes to protect ourselves from the cold. So, mainly, there are three seasons: summer, winter, and rainy. In summer, we feel very hot, so we wear loose cotton clothes and we like to enjoy cold drinks and ice creams. In the rainy season, there is water everywhere. So, to protect our body from water, we wear gumboots, raincoats, etc. In winter, we feel very cold. So, we wear woolen clothes to get warm. So, man changes his clothing according to the season. Just as the three seasons affect us, they affect all other living things too. We see these changes taking place in the living world every year after year. Winter in Maharashtra is also called the season of Pangal, that is, the falling of leaves. That is because many trees shed their leaves in winter. The coats of many furry animals become thicker in winter. This keeps them warm in the cold season. Such growth of hair is especially noticeable in animals like sheep and some types of goats and rabbits. Because of change in the season, there are changes everywhere in the environment. We can see greenery in rainy season. Trees shed their leaves in winter. Shed means all the old leaves they are dropped and they get new leaves in the winter season. And secondly, we mostly find furry animals in the mountainous region. As there is very cold in the mountainous region, fur protects the animals from cold. For example, we can find yak in the mountainous region. In the above picture, we can see mohair. This mohair is found on mango plant. As we all know that flowers turn into fruits. So in this picture, we can see flowers of mango tree, which turn into mango. And this especially is seen in the winter season. In the above picture, we can see cashew nuts. In summer season, the market is full of mangoes and watermelons for us to buy. This is the season for these fruits. Although mango trees grow all over Maharashtra, the Konkan region is particularly famous for its Alfonso mangoes. It is also the season for cashew nuts. The red-yellow cashew apples can be seen growing on the cashew trees on the hillside in the Konkan region. In June, black clouds make their appearance. The rainy season is a short way away, but this time we begin to get jackfruits, jamuns, java plums, and karvandas. The seeds of grass and other plants lie scattered all over the ground. They sprout and start growing as soon as it begins to rain. It becomes green everywhere. This greenery is soothing after the hot summer month. Sometimes we can even see rainbow with its 7 colors in the sky. We enjoy rainy season in the month of June. and we can see greenery everywhere. In the above picture, we can observe rainy season, and even we can see rainbow scattered in the sky. There is one speciality about rainbow. Rainbow has 7 colors, that is violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. It is also called as VibGYOR. As it becomes wet everywhere, frogs appear. We also hear the loud noise of frogs croaking all together. As the rainy season ends, it is the time for winter to come back. It gets colder and colder. This is not good for the frogs. They go deep under the ground for the long period of slumber, which lasts for 7 or 8 months. We depend on agriculture for food. The different seasons, summer, winter, and monsoon, are the time for doing different tasks in the field. Here, in the above picture, we can see frogs. Frogs, especially, we see in the rainy season. But as soon as the rainy season ends, after the end of the rainy season, it is time for winter to come back. Frogs cannot bear cold for winter season, so they go underground for a long sleep of 7 to 8 months. It is also called hibernation. That's all about this chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day. We will meet you soon.